Head-to-head sports talk starts now.
Welcome to Head to Head. I'm Faythe Daniels, and these are my co-hosts, Jared Brown, Kenny Rogers, Kyle Steed, and Rome Lewis. This is our third show where we talk about various sports subjects. I pick the topic, I pick the sides, and these fellas, they duke it out. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to choose sides. Let's shake it up a little bit. We're going to put Kyle and Kenny on teams, and then we'll put Rome and Jared, the young guns, on teams.
You know that.
Finally, Ken, you'll have an opinion that matters. No doubt.
That's your teammate, man.
All right.
It's going to be great today.
So, listen, so these guys will go head to head after this commercial break.
Check out Divine Cuts in Newcastle, Delaware, promoting a family, faith-filled environment. Call or book your appointment online today.
Welcome back. Our first topic up for this show is going to be the greatest boxer of all time. The greatest boxer of all time, all right? So, Kenny and Kyle, I want you guys to argue Ali and Tyson, all right? Between Ali and Tyson. And Jerome and Jared, I want you guys to argue Floyd and Joe Lewis. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Age before beauty.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Age and beauty before age. Let's get him, Ken.
No, I mean, Ali and Tyson. Like, you know, the name alone. You know what I mean? Just talk about the names. It would have been a good fight for us to see between the two of those. But if we had to, you know, talk about just Ali himself, Ali took boxing to where it is now. You know, we debated on the last show about UFC and boxing, and UFC doesn't have most sports don't have a name like Ali. Ali did so much for not just the sport of boxing, but just for mankind all around. But just as a boxer, what he did, how skilled he was, you know. The way he marketed himself, he created that market for other boxers to be able to come along and get paid and do the things that they did by his brashness, by his arrogance, by his, you know, comedic value that he brought, and then he backed it up in the ring. Yeah. I mean, he backed it up in the ring. Ali, you know, how many times was the record, you know, 44 KO, 50-6 with 44 KOs.
Can we interject now? Please. With all due respect, forget Muhammad Ali right now.
Wow. Absolutely. How can you do that?
You know what? And it hurts to say that, but he's definitely one of the greatest, but he's not the greatest. We know who it is. You smell that in the air? Money Team. That's who the greatest is. 49-0.
Pretty boy Floyd.
Pretty boy Floyd. The man transcended what it was. Before him, you never used to watch the lightweights and guys like that. Those are the guys you used to throw out there and be like, oh man, you fighting till the big fellas was coming on there. This guy single-handedly turned that around with speed, defense. The quickness is unmatched. And when it comes to selling out and selling out fights,
500 million.
Oh my goodness, it's just filthy, man. This guy is big time, and every time it's big time and time for somebody to show up, that's exactly what Floyd Mayweather does, man.
You just said the same thing that Muhammad Ali did before him, though, and he did it at the heavyweight division.
I feel like Muhammad Ali was bigger than boxing. Floyd Mayweather just boxing.
Just boxing.
Like they asked Muhammad Ali what he felt about the war,
because
politics, and race relations. Right, but during that time, his outspokenness allowed Floyd Mayweather to do what he's doing today. Like if Muhammad Ali doesn't do that, there is no Floyd Mayweather. And then when he got in the ring, the slogans, the stuff he says, the trash talk. I mean, he is the reason boxing is where it is now.
I mean, we
so
are.
Floyd's standing on his shoulders.
We're in some trying times right now with nobody reaching out for Floyd.
I mean, nobody's saying, "Hey, Floyd, you see everything that's going on. How do you feel?" We don't care.
You know what?
Because Floyd shows what he cares about. Ali showed that not only did he care about the sport, he cared about the advancement of the people. So I mean, it's more than boxing.
Yeah. You know what? I respect.
We're talking about what makes you great.
Listen, I respect what Muhammad Ali did for the culture and everything. But what they asked Muhammad Ali is, how do you feel about the culture? They asked Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel about being undefeated? And everybody that they put in front of you, that you knocked them down. You outmastered them. This is a guy that mastered the craft, and that's what's so crazy is that people look at Floyd Mayweather and he's brash and he's out there, he's outspoken, but people don't see the runs home. People don't see that he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. But that the work that he puts in is an empire that built for more fighters after him as well. That's what I'm saying. When you look at Muhammad Ali, you look at him and he definitely transcended the whole thing, but at the same time he lost. We're looking at a guy with a
he lost late in his career.
A loss is a loss.
Yeah, but he lost late.
When you
think about the people think about the names he lost to.
He was banned for 3 years from boxing.
No, you talk about names. You talk about, the guys that he fought, they're recognizable names. You're talking about Frazier. You're talking about Norton. You're talking about Foreman.
If you're my dad's age, yeah.
I mean, but that's who he fought. I mean,
I'm sorry. I mean, I understand what you're saying because
but you know these names though.
I honestly didn't watch.
Who George Foreman is.
I didn't watch.
The Gorilla's banging. I definitely love the Gorilla. I definitely love the Gorilla.
You know what I mean? But Floyd took it to a different level. Yeah, Muhammad did his thing, and we appreciate that. But what Floyd has done to put it to a different level,
I like that.
You can't. It's not a lot of other boxers that can do that now. Without Floyd right now, nobody's watching boxing. And Floyd is boxing period right now.
Well, I mean, he's gone in boxing still. He had a couple great fights. I mean, you have to be, and boxing is a sport that you either love it or, you're a casual fan. There's a lot of casual fans of boxing now. I mean, it might be because the star power is not there right now, like it was when Ali fought. But what Ali also did was, Ali was a heavyweight. Before Ali came along, heavyweights weren't fighting the way that Ali fought. They just stood in there, toe to toe, so that Ali moved around, he danced, rope-a-dope. Might have cost him, his health later on, But
Ali made boxing pretty. He made it beautiful. He did.
But when we talk about making boxing pretty, we're talking about Pretty Boy Floyd. If you look at Floyd Mayweather, the technique is so unflawed. Like it's beautiful.
You mean the way he runs?
No. See, that's the thing about it. If you're looking at somebody running, the amount of punches, he's out punching the fighters that he's fighting, but he's out punching them with accuracy, and he's out there dodging. When you see it in slow mo, it's just like poetry. Boom, the punch comes, he comes. Boom, right back in the middle.
The difference between them, they both fought great fighters. Let's think about when Floyd fought the names that he fought.
Right.
Most of them were beyond their better years.
But
most of them were beyond their better years. So Ali fought guys in their prime. And
he wasn't in his prime. Like he fought George Foreman.
First off,
was in his prime. And Ali's toward the end of his career.
My thing is with Ali, most of the time, these guys that you didn't know, they were his friends. When he fought Frazier,
right,
he had to beg for an opportunity to fight Frazier. That was never the case with Floyd Mayweather. It's always people knocking at the door for Floyd Mayweather, always trying to get that, I'm going to give him that loss. And every time you step somebody up, and it's unfair to say that Manny Pacquiao was at the end of his line. When the biggest fight stepped up and it was time, he dismantled him like that guy didn't even know how to box.
10 years too late though. They did that 10 years later.
In like 09, 08.
I mean, it wasn't. They got it done and they fought, but at the same time, why? We would have liked to have seen that when they were both young, when they were both in the prime of their career, but we didn't get a chance to see that. So we seen it when they were later, but I mean, we do have to go back. Nobody on panels old enough to have seen Ali actually fight on whatever they fought on, closed circuit, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, we see highlights, we see the old clips and stuff, and we see how great Ali was. And his record speaks for itself.
So does Floyd's.
Give me your final thoughts.
My final statement with Floyd is what I say when they looked at the guy, they said in his latter years, Muhammad Ali, that's when he collected his losses. In Floyd Mayweather's latter years, which are here right now, the losses didn't even seem like they were anywhere close to happening. That's why in his latter years, it seems like he got wiser as a fighter. The defense got stronger. The punches got more precise. That's what I'm saying. When Muhammad was in his prime, he was untouchable, but he didn't last as long as Floyd Mayweather. That's why I feel as if he's the greatest fighter of all time.
Final thoughts?
Ali, Boombaye.
I mean, Ali's fights are memorable. They named them, like the Thriller in Manila. They called one fight the greatest fight of the century. I mean, I love what Muhammad Ali's done just because he wasn't just a boxer. He didn't, like Floyd, you see Floyd, it's like he's just about money and fighting. Ali was about fighting in the ring, but then fighting outside the ring, fighting for the people. I mean, rest in peace, Ali, but some of the things he said are like quotes people still live by today. You can't match that.
Right. So, greatest boxer of all time. These guys are going to let me know what they really think after this commercial break. We're back, and these guys are going to let me know what they really think about the greatest boxer of all time. All right, we're going to start with Kenny. Greatest boxer of all time.
Although I argue Ali, I gotta go with Floyd. Floyd's done, what a lot of boxers weren't able to do. He was definitely, as far as financially, was able to do what a lot of boxers weren't able to do, and he's able to walk away on his own terms, with his record intact.
Head on his shoulders too.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think that Floyd is there, regardless of his antics and what everybody might think about him. You got to look at what he does in the ring.
Absolutely.
Kyle?
Yeah, I'm right with Kenny. I mean, rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. But again, what Floyd does, the way he's up in age and still so sharp and still draws a crowd, and what he does in the ring, and then the way he's made the money he's made. I mean, he's easily the greatest to me.
Well,
we didn't talk a lot about him, but I like Mike Tyson. I wouldn't say he's the greatest, but I thought we should give a shout out to Mike. He's still, see that movie The Hangover, he's still knocking people out. But with that being said, shouting out to Mike, Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Team.
Yeah, also, we'll give a shout out to my man Joe Lewis. My boy broke all the color barriers for our people. Y'all stand up, y'all show that man some respect. And I'm definitely going to put an end to it because I'm going with Floyd. And the reason why I go with Floyd is because when a young guy in this generation makes an accomplishment, they always try to overshadow it with the past and make it seem like it wasn't valid. But this guy has done something that boxer, it's hard to do. And I just respect the man, his passion, his precision, and his work ethic. So I'm definitely going with Floyd.
Floyd? That's good. I'm going to go with Mike Tyson. You know why? Because he did that. He did something no man in boxing has ever done.
Take somebody
while in the ring. And that's bite somebody's ear off. We know. If you got the heart to do that, I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna go with Floyd. I'm not a bandwagoner, but he really has. He's undefeated. And when somebody's undefeated and he's done that over 49 fights, he has to be the greatest.
CBE.
Right. So with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Don't Judge Me Productions, bringing your creativity to life. We offer a variety of services in the areas of photography and videography. Videography services include weddings, music, commercial promotional materials, and much more. Photography services include engagements, weddings, family events, and much, much more. Contact us today by phone or email at don'tjudgemeprod@gmail.com. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram at Don't Judge Me Productions.
We're back. And we're going to talk about right now, we talked about the greatest QBs, we've talked about the greatest football players, running backs, but now we're going to talk about the biggest bust of all time. Who sucks? So, Jared and Rome, I'm going to give you guys Jamarcus Russell and Ryan Leaf. Okay. All right? You guys, biggest bust. And Kyle and Kenny, I'm going to give you guys Sam Bowie and Darko.
Man.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Basketball guys.
First off, I'm gonna double my cup up in honor of the king of the dirty Sprite, Jamarcus Russell. First off, this dude, Jamarcus Russell, is easily the biggest bust ever.
He's an idiot.
He came out of LSU, rocket arm out of Mississippi. He was from Mississippi, played for LSU, rocket arm. Do the drills, he was zipping it all the way through. He was dedicated. LSU, he was the man. Then he went to Oakland. One of the only quarterbacks I've ever seen play with double earrings in and 14 carats in each one. This man literally said this to the coach. They said, Jamarcus Russell, we're taking you out the game. Cool. What? Jamarcus Russell was nothing but disappointment after disappointment. I think he threw more interceptions than he threw touchdowns.
His mom doesn't believe in him.
He doesn't believe in him. The last time I seen him, he was getting a 3-piece at the Chicken Shack, man. And I'm telling you, this dude Jamarcus, man, if you look at the facts of the people that were drafted with him, it's not even close. He went #1 off of potential, but the potential never flourished, man. It's easy to
We
meet.
talk about people that went in the same draft.
Right.
How can Sam Bowie, the man drafted before Michael the logo Jordan, the logo. This man was drafted before the logo. Portland drafted this man. Imagine where Portland would have been had they had picked Michael Jordan
that year.
He don't have a
He
job.
probably wasn't there long. But think about how he is viewed for his entire life. Like, you're the guy that we messed up. Like, he was the mistake. That should have been his nickname, the mistake. You know what I mean? You were picked in front of Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon. Not only did they mess up, you know, they and there was a lot of players in that draft that they could have had, but I mean, this guy was constantly hurt. Just, you know, one injury after another.
Yeah.
Like, you never actually got a chance to see any, but you don't know if he could have been good or not. He was just,
I think his third season, so Jordan's third season, he averages 37. Sam Bowie's third season, he plays 5 games. I mean,
that's like,
I mean, you just look at
and
that
he has
career.
to carry that his whole career. I mean, for the rest of his life, outside of basketball. That's the guy they picked before Jordan. Jordan, you have to live with that. I know Jamarcus Russell, you know that he was highly touted, you know, coming out of college, and he did. But for you to have to, you know, just look at the career that this guy who was picked after you had. Like,
And they blame Sam Bowie for stuff that he has nothing to do with. They're like, oh, those Jays are so fresh. You can believe they picked Sam Bowie? It has nothing to do with that.
See, but this is what I'm gonna say about Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie had an average career, actually.
For a regular NBA player, he was good. He was decent.
The thing about Jamarcus, Rome, he was terrible from the get-go. There was never a time where you said Jamarcus Russell has put a flash on the screen and you were like,
He threw 1,000 yards?
never. For real? He's terrible. This is what
Would've had me fooled.
Would have had us all fooled. My thing about it is they did coaching changes. They did
Jamarcus, we gonna get you help.
Yeah.
Cool.
Personnel changes. None of it worked because this is the difference between these guys and Jamarcus. Jamarcus wasn't sold out to playing football.
He
was sold out to buying fast cars, minks and furs, and all the crazy stuff. And he didn't want to play. I think he got benched for like Bruce Gradkowski or something like that.
the other guy that we had, Darko, he's in the same boat as Sam Bowie.
Darko's
You go in the
boat.
draft with LeBron James,
The second greatest draft of all time.
Dwayne Wade,
Chris Bosh.
and Carmelo Anthony, and some guy named Darko.
That's the Pistons.
How does Joe Dumars mess that up so bad? Joe Dumars was the general manager, or, you know, the guy that was in charge of that pick, but this dude was basically Jamarcus Russell in the NBA. He was never good.
Ever.
He was never good.
Ever.
They tried to get really cute with the pick and, thought they were going to be.
They thought because they had that, Detroit had that Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Ben Wallace. They had that like super team forming with the new bad boys, and they thought, well, we don't need Melo. Let's go get that foreign guy. They thought he was going to be what Porzingis is right now for the Knicks. Yeah, but Porzingis, he is not. Dirk Nowitzki,
I don't even know if that guy even played for his own. I don't know what country he's from, but I don't know if he played for his own country.
He did play for his own country, and
they
averaged like 3 points a game.
No, I mean in the Olympics.
Why?
I mean,
You might have watched the Olympics.
Yeah, like how do you go? How are you the number?
And then back to Sam Bowie. I mean, he didn't really have Sam Bowie's 7'1", 265. So he's a center. The reason Portland picked Sam Bowie is because they already had guards at the time. I believe they might have already had Clyde. And they were like, oh, we don't want to mix Mike with him and Terry Porter.
Why? Here we go. I'm going to show you why, because I'm not getting off this subject of Jamarcus Russell. I'm going to show you why this guy is the biggest buzz.
Let him know.
This is why he's the biggest buzz. God bless the dead. But do you know who picked him? Al Davis. Al Davis is historically one of the worst drafters of all time.
Of all time.
Listen, you know what Al Davis goes out there and does? He goes out there with his stopwatch. Oh, he ran a fast 40. He's a great football player. Oh, he's 6'5". He needs to play for me. This guy picked Darius Hayward Bay.
Yeah.
Darius Hayward Bay couldn't catch a cold in Alaska getting hosed down. I'm telling you right now, it's terrible. It's not even close, man. God bless the dead, but Al, man it was terrible.
Jamarcus Mama don't even claim him no more.
This guy got to live with the logo, man. Sam Bowie got to live with the
Sam
logo
Bowie
the
has
rest
to
of
live
his.
with
Jamarcus,
everything
man, double
Michael
cup for
Jordan
you,
has ever
man.
done.
Double cup for you.
Double cup for
All right,
Jamarcus.
you guys are going to let me know what you really think about the biggest bust of all times after this commercial break. All right, we're back, and we're talking about the biggest bust of all times in any sport. So these guys are going to let me know what they really think. Who's the biggest bust? Rome.
Darko Milicic. Just look at that class alone. LeBron James has how many MVPs?
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade is a 2-time or 3-time champion. Chris Bosh is a champion. Carmelo Anthony, I mean, he hasn't won anything major, but he's still one of the best scorers, I would say, of all time in the NBA. So for you to say Darko Milicic in there, you're like, who?
I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to look directly in the camera when I say this. Biggest bust of all time, I'm going off the mat. Kwame Brown. I remember when Kwame took the team with Kobe Bryant and they both scored 83 points. Kobe had 81, he had 2. Kwame Brown, this is for you. Biggest bust of all time.
Kenny.
I guess I would have to go with Darko also, just based on for what the other guys did. But then again, I mean, he never. You know what? I'm gonna switch speeds on you. Once we going Jamarcus Russell. Double cup Jamarcus, man. He had, because Darko, when you look at it, he was never really. They never expected him to do anything. So the fact that you just got thrown in there, but Jamarcus Russell was supposed to do some things, and the only thing he did was just be cool. All right, cool. Everything was cool. Cool. Jamarcus Russell.
Kyle.
It's like the worst of the best of the worst, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Darko as well, just because that class had so many superstars in it.
And that's just the big
And
names
that's
that
the
we
big
mentioned.
four. But there are still players further down that had great NBA careers as well. I'm gonna look into the camera for this one. Michael Olowokandi, I know who you are. We see you. You can't hide. You belong on this list too, sir. We saw what you thought you did at Cal. You came to the Clippers and embarrassed basketball.
You got dunked on by Stoudemire.
Remember what Amari Stoudemire did to you.
Baptized
so, Michael Olowokandi, you're not. And Ryan Leaf. You do. You didn't want to play in Indy and you let them take Peyton Manning. Ryan Leaf, you're there too.
Yeah.
And because I'm a Redskins fan,
All of them.
Here we go.
biggest bust. RG3. No, it is RG3. You let us down. I'm very disappointed in you. We spent mad money to get you at number what?
Number one.
Number one. I'm mad about that. I need my years back. You know what? I need my money back for the jersey too that I bought. All right. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break on that point.
At the Print Shop, we apply our artistic and creative passion to create unique printed items. With our printing process, we empower people to express their love and passion for sports, family, team, or special interests. We can turn your idea into reality, from socks featuring your favorite sports team to a photo blanket for your grandmother. The Print Shop can print your photo or image on almost anything. In addition to sublimation, we also do traditional silk screening as well as vinyl work. Whether your need is 200 shirts for your family reunion or a single shirt to express you, we can make it happen. We would love to hear from you. Please call us at 856-517-3959, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back. All right, so we're going to jump from the worst to the greatest. We're going to talk about the greatest franchise of all time in any sports. So, Kyle and Kenny, I'm going to give you guys the Yankees and the Celtics. All right, the Yankees and the Celtics. Jared and Rome, you guys have the Packers and UCLA.
All right. I'm gonna let my boy set it off for UCLA. Set it off, bro.
First of all, John Wooden. Coached some of the best NBA players. I mean, the John Wooden Award. I mean, what UCLA has done for college basketball and basketball overall, I mean, that goes undoubtedly.
My thing about it is 11 national championships. That is something that just sings to my heart. You know why I sing? Because I feel as if I'm a winner. Because I am. But my thing is 11 national championships, and you have John Wooden. The award is named after this dude, man. It's just pure dominance with UCLA, man. And that's how I just feel.
I think there was a stretch that I want to say they don't quote me on this, but I know it was around. I want to say they won like 70 to 80 games in a row. I want to say, or something amazing. Like that. I mean, the only other team to do that was, the coach at UConn with the women, and he's also an awesome coach. But for UCLA to show their pure dominance over the years, you can't argue that.
You absolutely can argue it, because when you think, when you see the pinstripe, right? When you just say pinstripe. Right. You ain't even gotta say it. You don't even gotta you don't have to see the uniform. You don't gotta see the players or anything. You say pinstripe. You think New York Yankees.
Absolutely.
You think New York Yankees. Yep. 27 World Series titles.
53 Hall of Famers.
27 World Series. 27 of them.
27.
27.
But
27.
That's double more than any other team.
Other team in the league.
So let's say the Red Sox had 10. You double that. We still have 7 more.
You know why? And this hurts me to do this.
But you gotta say, because the truth hurts, Brown.
You know what, man?
The truth hurts.
Put the needles down. Put the needles down.
A-Rod?
You
I'm
know
sorry.
A-Rod.
All that money.
Sorry, A-Rod. I'm sorry.
You could take the one that he won with him, and they still had 27. We're talking about history here.
That's just A-Rod, though.
Hold on.
That's just A-Rod.
Hold on, we're talking about baseball as a whole. Baseball has a drug problem.
When was the last time the Yankees did something ever since the Boston Red Sox broke the curse?
But wait,
Boston, I said,
he just said baseball as a whole had a problem with drugs. Wouldn't that taint their 27 world titles? I would just say. What about you?
I don't even know. I don't know exactly how many they won.
It's on the record.
Right. I know that, but there was a time where everyone pretty much knew that, drugs were a problem in baseball, but that's not where majority of their World Series titles come from.
You don't know that.
There's a model of. We do know that. We do know that.
But let's talk about the names. You got the Westbrooks, you got the Love, you got the Kareem.
Reggie Miller.
You got talking about Reggie. We got Reggie Jackson, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Like,
First off, Babe Ruth was stolen.
He
For
still
a pack
plays.
of bubble gum.
Might have been. He was a great player
And
for the
Derek Jeter,
Yankees,
toward the
though.
ends of his career, was not all that well at the end of his career.
At the end of his career, but he was one of the greatest
Hold up.
shortstops
Time
ever.
out. You know what Derek did. We was in New York at the same time.
What did
we
he
looked
do?
at each other. You know what he did.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
when he was hurt, what did he take, big fella?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I know
Now
what
the
you're talking
vision
about.
is blurred.
But these are just guys that
But I'm-
represented
I'm-
the franchise for a
Exactly.
minute.
It gives
Just
you
for a second.
Actually, when you think of the Yankees, you think of longevity, Derek Jeter, respect, right? The number 2 respect. So if somebody's using drugs, which is tainting,
You have to go back way before those guys.
We're talking about like the legends, the guys that
everybody in
founded baseball, pretty much.
But that's my thing. The dominance of a sport where you have to constantly rebuild and bring players in from high school, you can stay with your team, with the Yankees, so you can also be dominant throughout those years. But as recruiting, you are constantly recruiting kids that are constantly coming to a program. It's
a winning culture.
It's always an overturn. It's always overturning, and the kids are also going out to the league and they're bringing new ones in. It's easier to do that with a team that's stuck together for multiple years. We're talking about dominance from a coach that is recruiting
for
time
a period of time, though. But when you think about the Yankees, you still think about, the Yankees. We're talking about the franchise as a whole.
And
UCLA, I mean, when's the last time they did anything
When's the last time the Yankees
It's
did
the
something?
same
But
thing.
you
It's the
still
same
know,
thing.
but they're
and you
still
still know
recognizable.
UCLA.
But they still got the pennants up there.
But they still,
the Yankees have.
every time they give out the John Wooden Award.
Yep.
Where's John Wooden from? UCLA. It always will go back to John
When you
Wooden.
think
But John
baseball,
Wooden is bigger than UCLA.
But he is UCLA.
when you think
my
baseball, you think home run. The first name that usually comes
you say
to mind is what?
Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds.
All right, give me your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. They dominated. I mean, 47 playoff appearances, 53 Hall of Famers. They have more than double the championships of any other
Baseball's
team.
been around since 1970 or
And
80
they've
years.
dominated
Earlier
since
than
the
that.
60s.
The 20s.
But even yeah, they've dominated since the 20s.
That's my point.
So it's basketball.
All right, so give me your final thoughts.
UCLA basketball all day, every day. Period.
No question. UCLA, Kareem, what up?
Okay, and we're going to hear what they really think after this commercial break.
Hello, I'm Robert Hawkins, Senior Counsel at Hawkins Counsel Group. We're a full-service law firm with a focus on excellence and service to our clients. Our practice areas include intellectual property, which includes patents, trademarks, and copyrights. We handle both commercial and residential real estate transactions. We help you with your business formation for both for-profit and not-for-profit entities. We do estate planning, including wills, trusts, medical directives, and power of attorney. Our practice also includes licensing, contracts, mediation, and more. Even if you're not sure we handle your area of need, give us a call. We will access our network of attorneys on your behalf. Call us anytime at 302-635-1511. That's 302-635-1511. Or visit our website at hawkinscounselgroup.com.
All right, and we're back. We're talking about the greatest franchises of all time. And we're going to go ahead and go with Rome.
We're going to take this out to LA. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant, 40 points, 50 points, 60 points, 80 points.
Amen.
Brown, y'all know about LA.
You know what? I'm going to talk about the Los Angeles Super Lakers. So,
Showtime.
So when we talk about the Super Lakers, my man Magic.
Okay.
We love you.
Running the
Kareem,
show.
love you. James Worthy.
Love
you. Kobe Bryant. Love you. So, Shaquille. I ain't leaving you out. Love you.
No geese.
You know.
No love for Smush.
No. You keep him and Chris Mim over there.
All right.
But my thing is, Los Angeles Lakers, man, we love you. Greatest franchise of all time.
You already know that.
Easily.
Okay, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, spoken like true Lakers fans, it's disgusting. But honestly, after looking at the Packers and what they did, I mean, it's hard to argue that the Packers aren't the greatest organization just from the fans, the way they set up, how many championships they've won, their winning percentage overall. 643 wins all time in the history of the league. It's second all time in the league, and you know they're 3 Super Bowls, 22 all things. The Packers, it was pretty impressive when I was looking at these things.
So they're the greatest of all time with 3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls.
So that's who you picking?
Kyle.
Okay.
Watch out now. Not
Talk
3.
to him. Talk to him real quick.
15 championships.
We got a slogan
3
here.
Super Bowls.
It sounds. When I say bang bang, they say
Laker gang.
that's where we go.
Bang,
They
bang,
got the
bang,
superstars, they got the lifestyle, they have the marketing, and they've always had stars. Even if you go all the way back to Jerry West and Elgin Baylor.
Who is the logo?
George Mikan. Jerry West is the logo. And then you have Kobe, you have Shaq, Magic, Kareem, Worthy. They've just done it consistently for years.
We forgot to mention the beautiful purple and gold.
Special cloth alert. Just know. Yeah, but it's absolutely
Like Laker fans
it's
here,
absolutely Los Angeles Lakers.
You two can be great. You talk about the Sixers that they was considered that. But
Shout out to Brandon Ingram.
Hey, Brandon Ingram. you're
So
the way.
since we're sticking with basketball, I'm going to have to go with the greatest franchises, the Washington Wizards.
Kidding me.
All right, I'm kidding. As much as it pains
Deshaun
me,
Stevenson.
as much as
Here
it
we go.
pains
I
me
need
to
hear
say
it.
this,
I need to hear it.
Dallas Cowboys. What? One of the greatest if you look at the game as a whole, when I think of a franchise, I think of money they're bringing in, fans that they have. People say it's America's team. I'm sorry, this really hurt my soul, but I'm gonna have to go with the Dallas Cowboys for one of the greatest franchises of all time. And with that said, it's time to go to commercial break. We're back, and we're going to be discussing If Never Injured basketball. We did the football segment. Now we're going to head and do the basketball segment. If Never Injured, who would have been great for basketball? Kenny and Kyle, you guys have Roy and Penny. And Jared and Jerome, you guys have Hill and Maurice Stokes.
All right. Who's going?
You guys can start.
All right. I don't even know why we're going to even have this debate because it's simple. We're going with Maurice Stokes. This guy only played 3 years, and he was a 3-time NBA All-Star.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year. NBA rebounding leader. You want to hear his career averages? I know you do.
Talk to him, bro.
This guy averaged 16 points per game,
Okay.
17 rebounds a game.
And how many assists?
5.3. My goodness gracious. This guy, Maurice Stokes, is an untold story. When you look at Maurice Stokes, the way he was changing the game from back in the day, it's just flat out crazy. This guy averaged 17 boards, 16 points, and 5 assists. It's just ridiculous. He's going up there against NBA competition and making them look like kids. Let me give you a quick story about Maurice Stokes. Okay. Maurice Stokes was playing in his 3rd year, and before he got injured dropping buckets, he drove to the lane. This is a story that people don't know. He drove to the lane, came down on his head, boom. Concussion, boom, everything messed up. What did Maurice Stokes do, Jerome?
You tell me, brother.
Boy, hop back in the game. Boy, hop back in the game. Play the entire game. 4 more games he played before being pronounced he was paralyzed. This dude right here, this guy, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame off of 3 years.
Has that ever happened before?
Never.
Excuse me.
3 years, big fella.
I'm not really familiar with that. I mean, that sounds great and everything.
That's
Fantastic. Great story.
Who did Maurice Stokes play for?
You said what?
Right.
Who did he play for?
So
great.
He
Three
played
dynamic years.
But he played for the Royals, big fella.
The who?
The Royals.
Out of
Rochester.
not Kansas City? I don't know.
Hold up.
Rochester.
Hold up.
I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Nah, the Royals. I think before they Where'd they relocate to?
I thought it was Sacramento.
They Sacramento.
You're right. Sacramento. I'll let Kyle.
Well,
Because
the guy that we picked, none other than Anthony Penny Hardaway.
Lil Penny.
With Lil Penny. Coming into the league, Penny Hardaway was one of the most dynamic guards of his time, one of the most athletic guards. First 3 years, first year, All NBA first team as a rookie. Second year, All NBA first team, made the All-Stars first 4 years. Injuries robbed what could have been probably one of the greatest careers of a guard. How many years he played healthy were 4.
How many years did he play overall?
I mean, after that, I think he played 14 or 15 years.
Oh, wow.
The topic is never injured.
Not how many years you played after you got hurt. That doesn't matter. So you throw out 11 years because he's hurt for 11 of those years. The first 4 years, and if anybody watched basketball between 93 to 96, Penny Hardaway and Shaq were who you watched. That's who every player wanted to be like. Michael Jordan wasn't playing.
He's the one that eliminated Mike. Remember that?
They eliminated Mike on that road to the finals that year. And if not for Nick Anderson's 4 missed free throws, we don't know. Okay. I mean, but Penny was compared to Magic Johnson, but he was more athletic. Was he the same assist man as Magic? Probably not.
No, it was not.
Well, who is?
Yeah. But I got a question for you, and this probably gonna hurt a few people's feelings. This guy Maurice Stokes played in the same NBA as Wilt Chamberlain, and when Wilt Chamberlain was playing, he was the rebound leader. Yes, this guy was second in NBA rebound, third in assists in the same year. Only a feat. Who? Reese? Wilt Chamberlain.
You said he was what?
Second.
I thought you said he was the leader.
No, I'm talking about in the same year where he was second in rebounds and he was third in assists. Nobody has ever done that since Wilt Chamberlain. Nobody. You're not getting it, or?
Yeah. I mean, I just.
This is a 3-year guy. We're talking about Wilt Chamberlain, the all-time great.
Right. I mean, it just didn't sound like it was that.
Maurice Stokes. We're talking about how he compared to an all-time
Wilt
great.
Chamberlain was number 1. He was number 2.
We're talking about being 2 and 3 in the same category in 1 year.
How tall was Maurice Stokes?
What does that mean?
Was he 6'11"?
What does that mean?
Because when Wilt Chamberlain played, everybody else was like 6'5". So if Maurice Stokes is 6'11" and the guys he's rebounded against are 6, that's like me going against Kenny and Kenny having 20 boards on me and me saying, I dominated you in the board. Well, Kenny, you're 6'5". I'm not.
So let me ask you a question. Since this is what we're gonna do, since the height thing is so crazy, what happened with Charles Barkley? What made him a little bit different? So we're gonna do the height thing. If those guys were 6'5", why didn't they have the ability to do that? To rebound. Charles Barkley had the ability to rebound.
Charles Barkley, I'm sorry that we're comparing Maurice Stokes to anything you've done.
Hold on. Let me hurt your feelings again.
They have nothing to do with each
other. So I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
3 compared to when Barkley really got cooking. Don't even compare them.
So why don't we compare if they're both in the Hall of Fame? Let me sit back, because they're both there. It's not like if they weren't injured that he didn't do anything. This man's in the Hall of Fame, just like your guy Chuck is going to be. So let's not say we can't compare those guys. No, this guy's already in there too, big fella. So what are we saying?
We're saying that Barkley did it for like 16 years and Stokes did it for 3, so you should.
We're talking about injuries.
So you're telling me one guy did it for 16 and made the Hall of Fame, and one guy only had to do it for 3 to make it? That hurts.
But what year was that? What year was that? That hurts. In the Hall when he got in.
Hold up, go ahead, Ken.
Let me pose the question. So, what type of player are you saying that he would have been if he wasn't hurt? Like,
this guy would have been.
Was Hall of Fame.
Hold up. You want me to say it?
Yeah,
he would have been an all-time great because he's in the Hall of Fame. Nobody that you know, 16 and 17, and
averaged 20 something, 50 and 20 something crazy.
Hold up. But I'm the league then.
Bill Russell averaged 28.
Penny reached his. Hold up. So Penny reached his ceiling early in his career. The best year that he had was 23 points. That's it. Yeah, it's good, but as much as you're talking like he would have been great, it was 23, and we've had a lot of players who've done what Penny did.
How many players have we had? How many rookies have we had that made all NBA first team their first year, all NBA first team their second year? in the same league as Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Tim Hardaway, Latrell Springs, like in the league with dominant guards.
I got a question for you.
So who else did that?
I got a question for you.
Playing against guys
And Maurice Stokes didn't play against the Charles Barkley you compared him to.
So I got a question for you, since we want to do this. Since your guy, Penny Hardaway, was so dominant, and his career high of assists was 7 assists, we're talking about a big man that averaged 5.3. A big man. And your best, your ceiling, when you were out there doing your best, all of this, your best was 7?
Maurice Stokes sounds like he was playing against full-time carpenters, man. Part-time basketball players.
I mean, you can make the joke to make your point sound better, but it doesn't.
But I'm saying, you know, the level of competition, we know it was a huge disparity, and they were able to get these type of numbers like Wilt did when you had you had great players playing against really terrible players. That's what was going to happen. That's why there were so many championships won back to back.
What I don't understand is the generation that we're in right now. How can you disrespect it if you've never seen those guys play in the
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just going off of the facts.
And when you say there were also greats back then too, so when we say that the competition wasn't there, it's disrespectful to the game. Okay. It doesn't make sense to me. This guy dominated the game that he was in. There was a lot of people that were supposed to dominate in the game they were in. They still didn't dominate. This guy is he recorded 4 consecutive triple doubles. He was one of only 5 people to do that. 4 consecutive triple doubles.
Russell Westbrook did that this year.
Your final argument.
And it was looked. I mean, that back then it might have been.
He didn't have 4
something
consecutive. He had 3.
Okay, well, it was right there, and we're not,
right there.
We're talking about a big man as well that dropped multiple dimes, double digits.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut you off there. If never injured, we'll see what they really think after this commercial break.
Check out Divine Cuts in Newcastle, Delaware, promoting a family, faith-filled environment. Call or book your appointment online today.
All right, we're back, and we're talking about If Never Injured, Basketball Edition. All right, so give me what you really think, Kyle.
I think if never injured, Penny Hardaway is probably one of the top 10 point guards to play the game.
Okay. Ken?
To be honest, I was intrigued when I heard. I wasn't aware of Maurice Stokes, and when I heard what he did in that short amount of time, you can kind of forecast what a player might have been. I have to agree that he had a pretty solid 3 years that probably could have turned into something really good.
I'm definitely gonna have to go with Maurice Stokes after reading everything about this guy, and he doesn't get the press that he deserves. But he's definitely, with the numbers that we're looking at, man, dominant player. Dominant player.
We didn't talk about him much of the segment, but I respect Maurice Stokes and what he did. Really good, if not injured. But I'm gonna switch it up and kind of go with Brandon Roy. What he did coming out of a small school that wasn't really known. I mean, he put that school on the map, and what he did in the NBA, I mean, 08, 19, pretty much. I mean, and then went to 23 and then 21, and what he did for Portland, him with LaMarcus Aldridge, they was a problem. So I'm going to go with B-Roy.
And to give my thoughts, I really think Maurice Stokes, I did not know, the information that you guys provided about him, and just hearing that, after 3 years being in the Hall of Fame, that's amazing to me. But we're going to go ahead and close it out. Any final thoughts, fellas?
Yes, I do have a final thought.
Go ahead.
Today is the day that he gets the respect that he deserves. Alex Smith, it's time for people to start respecting you. Every time in the playoffs, baby, you show up. We just need the team to show up this year. Come on, Alex.
Rome?
You can follow me on Instagram, Welcome to Rome. I got a sneaker line coming out, so be looking for that too.
Awesome. Ken?
Trust the process.
Kyle?
You can follow me on Instagram, Showtime711. Let's go Patriots.
All right, well, that wraps up our show. Thanks for watching Head to Head. We'll see you next time.